Today's video is going to go over some handy quality of life add-ons to improve your play experience in Season of Discovery. None of these are really specific to Warlocks, but we recommend basically everyone have at least some of these installed. These are also not necessarily the only add-ons that may do what the add-ons we feature do. However, we just prefer the ones we've chose either because of not knowing about the other choices or some other quirky reason. Starting off with the Character Stats Classic. Character Stats Classic is just a redesign of your character's panel stats, adding many useful things in hard numbers like all schools of spell power magic that you get, spell criticals, spell hits, etc. for you to see. We recommend this to anyone who wants to help min-max their stats or just wants to even see what their stats are at a glance without having to do the math themselves. It currently supports 2 tabs of stats to look at a time. Quartz is a casting bar redesign that allows you to see in milliseconds any casting delays and when your spell is safe from pushback interruption. The other thing it gives you is the ability to track debuff or buff timers on your current target if you don't have an add-on for that already. Personally, we only use it for the casting bar information, but it doesn't hurt to have another area to check your timers. Ranker is a PvP based add-on that estimates your rank for the next week. With the current changes to ranking, it's pretty straightforward, and just following the amount of honor Ranker tells you to get each week should allow you to rank up very fast. Though not perfect and constantly being tweaked and revised to more accurately predict things, it has worked well for us so far, and it should work well for you too. Vendor Price will allow you to sort and maximize your trash item and quest rewards to sell for income if you can't use or don't need them. The only sad thing is it is strictly based on what you would get from selling to vendors, not what something might be worth on the auction house, so some items may seem less valuable than they really are. You can also run this though with an auction house add-on, that way you know if something is worth more auctioned or vendored. But if it isn't worth auctioning, with this add-on you know what is worth stacking and keeping to vendor and what's worth just destroying. Z-Pro is a few add-ons built into one. The core of the add-on is a raid, party, character, pet, and target redesign, allowing for far more information than the base UI, like what your NPC target is casting, buff or debuff timers, extra large scaling on priority debuffs, or your personal dots. We use it for basically all of these things, plus being able to rearrange the layout to something we can more easily glance at during battle. Deadly Boss Mods, or another boss mechanic reminder add-on, is a no-brainer for people like us who need some reminders on certain fights during the hectic battles. Currently the main thing we use it for is timing the totems on Lorgus so that we don't have to do it manually in our heads anymore, but honestly it helps in every fight that we've done, and it's something that you should pay attention to when you can. Lastly, Questy or some other leveling add-on like a guide or even some combination of the two is going to be best, allowing you to quickly level any alt you have and more easily keep track of all the relevant steps for most quests in Classic. You don't absolutely need this, but it can help from an efficiency standpoint for some of the more obscure quest lines people may not be as familiar with. And those were the batch of add-ons we think almost every player should have installed or consider installing at least. If you liked the video and want to see more, why not give us a sub? Have a good night.